or over a mountain of metal like we saw the big monsters do in the Houston Astrodome. Altogether, there will be 14 monster trucks on hand for tonight's competition. As they set up their pits and get the trucks ready under the changeable Houston sky, you can see they come in all shapes, but only one size: big. This is the Stomper, owned, built, and driven by Marvin Smith of Arnold, Missouri. Marvin, a lot of the trucks are front and rear wheel steering, right?
Yes, sir.
It's a little unique.
Yeah, the thing that's unique about my truck is mostly because it's electrical or hydraulic. Where a lot of them run off the motors, mine runs off the batteries. You can see the hydraulic lines coming down here, and the pump is up underneath. But the main thing about it is I run off 2 batteries in the back. So most people run theirs off the motor, which gives me more horsepower to the motor, and also it's smoother that way. A lot less kickback.
What kind of batteries?
I got 2 big Caterpillar batteries about that long. So it takes a lot of juice to turn the wheels.
A lot of power.
A lot of power.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
This is the Grave Digger from Chesapeake, Virginia. And I'm with the owner-driver, Dennis Anderson. This is probably, Dennis, the most unique monster truck on the circuit right now. We've got, looking at panel delivery, it's the only one, right?
Right.
Dating from what, 1950?
Right, 1950.
What made you decide to use a panel delivery truck?
Well, when you look down the lines of monster trucks, everything's a squared-off Chevrolet, squared-off Ford. This is really an eye-catcher, you know. You catch all those trucks lined up, and this truck stands out.
I love it, don't it?
Right.
Tires are different on this one from most of the monster trucks I've seen.
Right. Well, these are Firestone. They're called a steel shield tire. It's a steel belted tire. It's 50 inches wide. The other tires are 43 inches wide. This is a 10-ply tire. The other tires are 6-ply nylons. And I run these tires because I don't think they bounce as bad. You know, it doesn't have a round surface. It's flat. They jump and they land on the ground. They get going instead of having a lot of rebound.
Well, let's look at what makes all this work for you now. What kind of power are we talking about here?
All right, this is an 1,800 horsepower Rodeos. It's an aftermarket. It's an aluminum motor, and it's got a set of Backman aluminum heads on it. And most of the monster trucks out here run like a 871 blower. This has got a 1271.
How much horsepower are we talking about?
1,800 horsepower.
Well, now, how unique is it to have the engine in the rear?
Well, really, what I put the engine in the rear for was to keep the weight off the front of it from nose diving. And you know, it holds the nose up, and sometimes you can get too rear end heavy too. And I haven't worked enough with this truck to really tell yet. I might have to move the motor ahead some, but you know, instead of adding weight to the truck, I'd like to use the weight that's there.
Are you the one that originally came up with the rear engine concept?
Yeah, I started out 6 years ago mud bogging, and I put the motor in the rear to get traction, and I figured it worked in mud bogging and common sense. You know, you want to keep the weight off the nose. I figured it'd work in a monster truck, so I gave it a whirl.
Okay, good luck to you, buddy.
All right.
Watching monster truck action is a lot of fun, but I wanted an even closer look. So I traveled out to Yakima, Washington, and met up with monster truck owner-driver Jeff Boehner. He and his girlfriend Debbie Roden campaigned 2 monster trucks, hot stuff and high voltage. After showing me his trucks, he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Boy, Jeff, this is something. Most of the monster trucks I've seen were based on a modified pickup with a long wheelbase. Why did you pick this body style?
Well, I've always liked Jeeps, and because of the visibility from the driver's seat, I figured it might be an advantage on some of the courses.
How about the shorter wheelbase?
On some of the turning courses where there's a lot of turns involved, sharp turns especially, I think it's an advantage. The shorter wheelbase allows it to negotiate the turn much faster.
Well, it looks like a ball to drive.
It is a lot of fun. Give you a couple of tips. I think you could probably take it for a spin.
You kidding?
No, I'd like to have you do it. Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. An automatic, just like your car would be. You just put it in drive and release the brakes and off you go. And you operate the four-wheel steering. The rear steering is controlled by this toggle switch right here. You move the switch to the right, the tires go to the right, which sends you turning to the left. Well, you think you're ready to give it a try?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Boy, that's something. That wasn't the only time I got a chance to drive a monster truck. The next time was at the New Jersey Truckin Summer Show. Well, monster trucks come in all sizes, and this was for a very good cause. Truckers are known for helping people. So it makes sense to set up a booth here at the show to raise money for one local youngster who needs an expensive operation. $1 for 3 minutes of radio-controlled trucking. It's for a good cause, and it's a lot of fun. Leave it to truckers to find a way to raise charity dollars and have fun, too. Now, from the smallest competitors